the lads. The Reds have been off for a full week since the end of a long, hard, emotional season. And I'm going to be going player by player and seeing what they've been up to in the meantime. I mean, I say player by player. Some people have done absolutely nothing. But the players who've done something, I'm going to fill you in. And we're not going to let a little thing like no football stop this show from keep going. I mean, really, the football is secondary on this show. It's really all about the lads anyway. First up, it's our big, bearded, Brazilian, beautiful bastard, otherwise known as Alisson Becker. I've seen some reports from Fabrizio Romano. I mean, it's a bit of a non-story, really, but it's about Alisson, how he's staying at Liverpool. Yeah, too fucking right he is, mate. I mean, there's Saudi interest. I mean, let's face it. Saudi have kind of shot themselves in the foot a little bit. I mean, Henderson, that didn't go well. Ronaldo's turned insane. And then you're looking at the stadiums, the attendances. I think it's lost its sheen. Now, maybe some people will put up with that for Brinks trucks of cash being dumped on their front porch. But Alisson's not one I'm really worried about, to be honest. Plus, Alisson, it's not Alisson's time to be calling it a day in Saudi. He's a keeper. He's got at least another 25 years at the top level. He'll never leave. Speaking of leaving, my man, my boy, Queeby Kelleher, he had an interview with old Jimmy Pearce during the week, and basically, you know, absolutely fair enough, really. He just said he thinks his time as a number 2 is probably done, and he's ready to be a number 1. I'm torn, to be honest with you. On one hand, I'm like, yes, King, go and be the fucking main man somewhere and be that number 1 that you are good enough to be. But on the other hand, we need you so much, and please never leave. So, I mean, not for me. I'll see him every day as I normally do, but for you guys, especially, that'll be a tough one. And also, if I could just address some rumours going around that we don't actually know each other. I mean, oh yeah? Well, here's a voice message from a friend of mine who was out on the piss last week and bumped into a certain Queeby Kelleher.
Said Andy Cantwell says the same. And you know what? He recognised the name. So all this bullshit that you've been talking about saying that your best mate.
Anyway. Well, I mean, that's life, isn't it? And that's the business. I don't think any one of us would begrudge him for going. Totally understand. But I think every one of us would miss him as our backup. It's just the nature of the game. The fact that things aren't permanent is what makes them beautiful. Yeah. Oh, I blacked out there for a second. What shit was I saying? By the way, how much more comfortable is this? You know, less of the fancy backdrops. This is just me and you talking here. Let's cut out all the other noise. It's just me and you here. By the way, if I could be a corporate shill for a second and ask that if you like my videos and you haven't subscribed yet, please consider just doing the most minimal of tasks and just press Trent. He's been balling it up in Monaco. Look at him here. Fresh to death. Do people still say that? Well, he looks it. And he gave a great response when he was asked about Slot.
One last thing, new manager coming in. Will it be a smooth transition at Liverpool? What can you say for the fans?
I hope so, you know, that's all you can hope. I have trust in the club and who we've appointed, so as a player that's all you can ask for is to have trust in what the higher ups have brought in, and I'm sure it'll be a smooth transition.
Have a great day. Thank you very much.
He's just sounding more captainy by the day, isn't he? Like, even when he was on Gary Neville's Overlap show, which is really good, he just sounds comfortable in his skin, you know. At this stage, he's been around the block, he's seen some action. He's just like a young veteran. He's got a veteran's head on a supremely technically gifted young athlete's body. And he's going to be future captain. Van Dijk's also been at Monaco. Also looking, if I may say, fresh as fuck. He also was asked similar questions. Also gave a quintessentially classy captain's response when asked about Slot.
So you can reassure the fans, you and the rest of the squad can carry on the great years you've had.
100%, but success is not guaranteed, and that's obviously pretty obvious, but we're going to work our socks off in order to make it happen, and we have a good coach that's coming in, good backroom staff, and we have a very good team, so let's see what happens.
I love seeing the lads just out and about, doing their thing. While in Monaco, he managed to mug off Rio Ferdinand without even being in the room.
Virgil van Dijk. Do you look at him and think, he's better than me, you know?
No.
Oh, I knew it. I knew it.
Oh, I love that. Oh, the fact that he's lying to himself, but he knows it. Oh. Endo's taking a break from doing the Charlie work all season. Gave a nice Instagram post, just, you know, thanking the fans, first season, and hasn't been up to much, to be honest. But I liked that post. And speaking of posts, like, I think last week, obviously, Klopp left, and most of the players sent out appreciation posts and thank you posts and stuff like that, like, you know, thanking Klopp and all that sort of thing. And there was various storms and teacups of like, marking off who hasn't thanked him publicly yet. Nunez didn't clap in the Guard of Honour, so I want him out at the club. Okay, well, hey, buddy. First you have Nunez dancing with Klopp later that night. You have Klopp's last team talk. Nunez can barely face it. I feel like Nunez, if anything, he didn't clap because it would have made him too emotional, I think. Am I just covering up for a player that I love dearly? Hard to tell. And the whole thing with, it's like, I see comments under that Endo post. It's like, where was your Klopp appreciation post? It's like, I'm sure he thanked him very much privately. This is just, the public stuff is just to satiate you bloodthirsty lunatics. It's fine. Having said that, I want to talk a bit about Mo Salah.
Boy, here we go.
Now look, I don't want to be starting that in here, but I kind of thought that the tone of his posts was a little bit interesting. I might be projecting. I might be reading way too much into it. I've literally just spent the last 2 minutes giving out about people who have done that. But personally, if I was just chatting to a mate in a pub, which is kind of what this is, I kind of thought that the tone of his posts, in comparison to like Diaz or even Gravenberch or just a few of the other lads, was just a little bit.
Did you sign the card?
Not yet.
Oh, here.
To the J-Man.
I thought it was interesting that in the two posts that he had, they both mentioned trophies. I mean, trophies are his cocaine, really, rather than goals. Goals are just a mean to get to the motherlode. You know, the first post was very much like, great winning all those trophies together, and I'll see you soon, sort of thing. Which, you know, like, that's fine. That's grand. And then the next post was, you know, we know that trophies are what count. I just kind of felt like the tone of his posts, given that he's one of the Fab Four, you know, Salah, Alisson, Van Dijk, Klopp, just totally made that up. I guess I was a little bit underwhelmed. Again, me being at the pack of torch-carrying, bloodthirsty lunatics, demanding closure on each player's chapter with the boss. I suppose, like, I didn't see any real emotions from him, didn't see any embraces and all that, which is fine. I'm sure, you know, it was said and done privately. Maybe I'm projecting because there was that little bust-up at West Ham or whatever it was. Maybe if that didn't happen publicly, I wouldn't even be thinking this. But it gives me the impression that maybe their relationship might have been a bit strained. Again, based on nothing but pure a couple of words posted on Instagram. I'm such a hypocrite. I was just giving out about this. But on the plus, so I mean, I don't know. That could be bollocks. But on the plus side for us, hey, he's staying, wants to win trophies with us. Works for me. The new streamlined Salah 2.0, Judgment Day. Darwin Nunez. Look at him there. What a specimen. Again, I know this is probably me projecting, but I always get the feeling that when Nunez goes home, that he's just kind of like, He seems so happy. I mean, he always seems happy. That's why I like him. But at home especially, I just get the impression that he's a bit like, all right, like he's closed the door to the ravenous English media. And also the fact that his English isn't great here. The fact that he could just go home and just talk in his native tongue. the environment that he enjoys and all this. I'm like, yes, Darren. Our Dutch trio have all been called up to the Netherlands team for the Euros. Great that Gravenberch is there too, and just have fun, sure, but have fun by being disciplined. Look, I'm not saying don't give 100% for your countries, but if you see a potential 50-50 coming with your opponent, just pull out. All right, just play it safe out there. Huh? That goes for the rest of you. And of course, how could I forget the main man, Klopp? First of all, how can I say how delighted I am that he's started posting on Instagram as Kloppo. I'm sure we're all following him at this stage. But I love the fact that he's just done this, I feel, to ease the collective mourning that's going on about him leaving. I love it as well. Like, he's working on his, I don't know, paddle game or something.
The best experience I could have ever imagined. Really outstanding. And now, what I'm doing, I try. I follow my big passion. I try to improve my paddle game. Started a few days ago. Today's my third session, and I started on an extremely low level. Didn't play for a while and fell it immediately. Yeah, but step by step.
Fucking yes, Jurgen. You do that. He's getting ready to go to his party send-off thing.
So, here we go. That's it. Ready for the party.
I mean, I don't use this word about another man often, but it's adorable. Okay? It's adorable. And by the way, he had his big send-off, which just seemed lovely. It seemed like a proper... I haven't seen the thing in full, or is it even available in full? And he had a big, overwhelming sort of moment when the fans were chanting his name. And then, wow, this was the release that, quite frankly, I was looking for, to be honest. And speaking of emotions, when that song "You to Me Are Everything" comes on, his big montage that Liverpool put together. Whenever that comes on the radio now in work, I'm just crying at my desk. I mean, I'm not like uncontrollably sobbing anymore, but my eyes well up when that song just plays now. So that's the thing. That's a new thing in my life. So great that we can keep this going with Klopp. Oh, I mean, it actually really does help. And I love the fact that he's turned comments off as well. It's like, here's the video. There you go. I'll see you when I'm ready. I don't want any of the toxic stuff. Good idea. And speaking of managers, I think tomorrow, Slot starts his first day one of the Slot era begins on June 1st. I'm excited. Let me know if you like this format of just keeping track of the lads, or if there's any other topics that you'd like me to cover in the off season. Until then, thank you very much for the support, and up the fucking Reds.